What's going on, guys? It's Paul from Boosted Films here, just coming at you with a video to inform you a little bit about the EVO 8 taillights and how to distinguish an OEM taillight from an aftermarket taillight. First thing we have here, this is a EVO 8 stock taillight, and this is a JDM style DEPO aftermarket taillight. And the easiest way to determine if your taillight is OEM or not is to simply look here, and basically the lower inside corner, if these are on your car, you're going to be looking to the inside of the vehicle, and you're going to see there have different markings here on the taillights. The ones that are OEM will say Stanley on them, followed by some other numbers, and then the aftermarket DEPO ones, which are kind of the only aftermarket ones I'm really aware of, you say something like ES DEPO on them. So that is the easiest way to determine if your taillight is OEM or aftermarket. And honestly, most of the time from what I see, if you have a taillight like this on an EVO, most times they are the fake versions. They are the DEPO versions. I don't see these very often in the authentic JDM style. These taillights you don't actually see very often anymore either, because they're not a fan favorite of the EVOs. So most people with the US EVO 8s end up getting rid of them because they're kind of the super shiny silver, kind of Altezza style taillights. So a lot of times you don't see these very often anymore. So now, why do you care if they're aftermarket versus OEM, and should you buy these aftermarket DEPO taillights? Well, if you're looking to save money, and in my opinion, if your car is like a 10 to 15 foot car where you just want to make sure it looks good from 10 or 15 feet away, these are just fine. But there is build quality issues basically with these. They are cheap for a reason. You get what you pay for. OEM is often always best, and I can show you some examples of that right now with these taillights. So what we have here are two of the exact same DEPO taillights, except this one is technically brand new. This one was never used, never installed. I actually just had someone give this to me because they had no use for it. This is one that was on an EVO for a while, and this is kind of how they end up looking after you use them for a little bit. One of the main things I notice when I look at these aftermarket taillights, these DEPO taillights versus the OEM, is just really where they seal kind of this lens that covers it. It looks like it just never seals very well. Even in this brand new one here, I can see where it kind of looks like it has almost bubbles in there, and it never really looked to have a very good seal around it. Or it just doesn't look like, it looks like it's just glued on, kind of cheaply. So, initially when they look brand new like this, they do look pretty nice. They're a good looking style. A lot of people like the darker inside and like this orange side here. But what usually ends up happening after you have these taillights for not too long is they kind of almost tend to separate, and the bubbles really start to show up in here where this lens cover matches onto the taillight itself. So then they tend to look a bit just not very good, I guess, when they have those kind of bubbles in there. And then oftentimes these seem to be able to crack and scratch a lot easier than the OEM taillights. I don't know how many miles are on this taillight here, this aftermarket DEPO taillight, but it does have plenty of scratches on the surface here, and it just doesn't look, very clean. And again, the bigger part here with where this kind of mating surface is with this cover doesn't look very good. Now, if we compare that to this OEM EVO 8 taillight, it looks so much cleaner where this lens kind of cover is put on. You don't really see any glue in there at all, actually, and as what seems to appear to be glue in these other ones. So it just looks a lot nicer. It looks like a lot better quality build, and that's kind of what you end up usually getting with OEM style taillights. Now, if that doesn't bother you, yes, these taillights will do just fine, and they may look better actually on your car. Again, especially from that 10 foot away view, these taillights might just look better than these. A lot of people, like I said, tend to get rid of these taillights and swap them out for either a JDM version of these EVO 8, 9 taillights, or these EVO 7 taillights here, which I have as well. So that's pretty much it for this quick video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you have experience with your DEPO taillights actually holding up and looking really good, let me know. If you have experience, with your DEPO taillights looking like crap really fast, kind of let me know that too. Leave your comments with what you've experienced, what taillights you like the best. And as always, this is Paul from Boosted Films saying thanks for watching.